What is up, everybody? Brett here, back today playing some more Tower Dominion. Thank you so much for all the support on this series. This is one of my most watched series, or I think it is my most watched series, since I came back to YouTube. And if you're at home watching this right now, I just want to say thanks. Hope you're enjoying the content. This is an awesome game. Not that expensive. Pick it up for yourself, play it, get addicted, enjoy. My son's been playing it. Me and him have been playing kind of at night, watching some Law and Order on the sofa. I'll play a game. I'll pass him the laptop. He plays a game. Been having a lot of fun. But for today, I wanted to take on a bit of a challenge with my favorite character, Captain Scarlet here of the Paragon Assault Group, or Pargan. Pargan? Who knows? Assault Group. Very interesting character with some really cool, unique abilities. So Scarlet can be deployed and redeployed on the battlefield. And then Fortified Command. Each wave, HQ reduces damage it takes by a cumulative 2%. This is not that relevant. If your HQ is taking a bunch of damage, you probably already lost. This is what's cool. She could be deployed and redeployed on the battlefield. I actually don't make that much use of the redeployment, but she has other mechanics that aren't described here that we're going to get into that make her very interesting. And I want to try to take on our first level 4 difficulty on camera and see if we can't get that done. I've only ever done it with this character, who's very easy, Commissar and Anicia. She can make like a zillion grenadiers, and it's super fun. We might do a frontier mode battle with her at some point, maybe in the next episode. But let's see how this one goes first with Captain Scarlet here and the Paragon Group, which is probably my favorite faction to play as, just because they get so much production that you can go willy-nilly with the fun builds. So, how do they get so much production? It's with their headquarters, right? We spend a bunch of tech early on. You can either get Discovery, which can be really good. Also can give you supply production. This is kind of more of a long game strat. Let's just double our production of supply right off the bat. Let's almost double our supply of recon here with the reconnaissance satellite. And then you have a choice between buffing your units against shield and air. I'm going to opt towards air. The strongest units in the game that you face in endless mode are these giant flying tentacle beasts from the Matrix, and having bonus damage versus them, while, you know, a super late game play is also, I think, pretty prudent. So, what are the unique mechanics of these particular characters? We got the Captain Scarlet's team. You drop her down. She's a tower in and of her own right. What we can do is, you know what I can do? I can place her, and this is a great spot to place her. Any of these is. This is a great spot to place her. This is a great spot to place her. We can put her here. I love that we've already closed this off. So this is very interesting. We've already made it a 3 entry point run here. I mean, this is a really good spot too. Okay, I'm getting in the weeds and I haven't even done anything yet. Let's place down the camp, and that should explain a few things for us. Okay, so with Recon, which we'll have next wave, we can unlock abilities for her team. So Omega Scanner, buildings adjacent to Scarlet's team gain detection. If you need detection, this is really good. Or Captain Scarlet's team gains 50% damage in one range. Really good. This kind of peters out in the later stages. Her unit is strong, but it's not that strong. But this is nice. As you go further down, you get buildings adjacent to her team gain 25% damage. So you put her in a centralized location, maybe have as many as 4 or 5 towers around her, or 4 probably, and you know, you're getting 25% damage on 4 towers. That's a pretty huge buff. That's pretty good. So Captain Scarlet's team gains 100% damage while not adjacent to any building. So if we put her here, for instance, no building will be adjacent to her, and she'll get that pretty big 100% damage bonus, which if you stacked it with this one is another 50% damage bonus. You guys get the idea. And this, I think, is the most powerful piece of this character's kit, Scarlet's Tigers. Each wave, you gain 1 of Scarlet's Tigers, which is, I think, a 200 supply cost group of like 2 dudes, and you just get them every wave for the entire game, especially if you go into wave 50, right? One of the biggest problems with going into the endless mode is that you end up running out of blueprints. With this, you end up having like an extra, let's call it 30 towers that you can put down, and they're somewhat strong. They're not weak. However, if you go kind of straight down this bit here, you can also get special magazines, which increases her fire rate by 100%, essentially doubling her damage. So 50% damage, 100% damage, 100% damage, essentially. Makes her pretty beastly. But I think you got to go Scarlet's Tigers. So without any further ado, we need to start placing some towers here. And for the record, I'm going to grab auto mappers. I'll probably grab ammo crate for the adjacency damage bonus. And then I'll certainly grab Scarlet's Tigers. So that's the plan here for now. May change. I'm kind of flexible with camo cloaks. Don't say that 3 times fast. Versus the ammo crate. I'm flexible. I'll take whatever we need when we need it. For now, let's go here. Let's go here. Not really a great sturdy bunker position here, but it's not bad. We get a little bit of coverage. Could just straight up place a Mirador. Could place a Mirador here. The problem is well, it's not a problem. Never mind. Let's place this here. I think this is good. Let's just get nice, even coverage on everybody. And we can recall for free. That's the strength of this character. I never really make too much use of it, but we're gonna do that today. I should be making good use of it because that's a really strong ability, especially if you use her as a means to buff nearby towers. You're gonna want to be able to pick her up and put her back down. For now, let's get this. Let's upgrade here. Let's get auto mappers. Cool, cool, cool. More range, more damage. I'm going to take an early negotiation skills. The upgrade cost reduction is cool and all, but it's really all about getting more supply and future reinforcements. I think that's great. So now we're either going to spend 100 or 100. I think this is better overall, especially when you start getting some really powerful towers. Giving even 2 really powerful towers 25% damage is a massive buff over her just getting 100% damage. This is way more DPS than this, especially into the late game. So I'm going to take this. Let's just get straight up level 3 Mirador. It's going to give us huge coverage. Honestly, could recall her. And you could do it mid-wave, which is pretty cool. And once again, local. I want these towers, but these are some pretty good doctrines. Those are 2 great doctrines for us. We need 125 for the ammo crate. And unlike our last episode where we were kind of poor the whole time, I have a feeling we're going to be quite rich here. So this is very interesting here. We've got some mathematical choices. We've got a plus 20% supply production, which is 40 supply flat. Or, which over time, obviously, as this goes up, this turns into more, right? The percentage-based increase becomes better. Versus a plus 20 supply production per battlefront, which currently we have 3 battlefronts, rather. We ended up closing one off. So this is a flat 60 forever, whereas this is a 40 now, but could become more later. We're going to take this and take our 60 and be happy with it. We're going to start building out here. What do we get? What do we get? A gravity well for slowing. Don't hate that. Don't hate that at all. Let's grab ammo crate. We're rushing towards Scarlet's Tigers. I'm not going to build really much else until we get that. And we'll just upgrade all of our stuff here. I like that she has a little bit of coverage here. It's not much. But if we want, we could just boom. Now she's in the fight down here. Here would probably be a much better spot, but like that's a really strong spot for her. Now we could we're not gonna end up probably making any pits, so this is pretty useless. Let's take this. Get ourselves a Puma. A tower that I really like to build when air starts becoming a problem. Man, we need so much recon to get this, but it's okay. We're on our way. Solid foundation, we'll just knock that out. That makes this location, we don't really have to worry about it now. We're pretty damn solid. Could drop down a barricade or two if we start getting sketched out. We'll take that. Warwolf is a great tower for us. Let's start building in a viscerally direction. And if possible, we want to start curving towards this direction. So all of our enemies are going to be coming from here. That's what I'm looking to do. I think this is an excellent Warwolf position, especially with an upgrade, especially if we're going to make use of some of our tech. That was a very powerful little upgrade we just dropped down there. And if we wanted, we could recall position here. Still get some decent coverage, but now we are increasing the damage of the Warwolf by 25% thanks to Ammo Crate. This is a really strong position. If we could put some platforms right there, that would be really good. For now, we'll put you there. You here. That's beautiful. Slowly but surely generating some recon. There's some neutral buildings we would love to see that can generate recon for us. Because even though we're generating 35, there's more to be had. Yeah, I'm going to get greedy. We're going to take that. And with this curve, this is the curve we were looking to see. Start bending this way. And now every time we get a single zone piece, we're going to just shoot it straight down here until maybe one or two, and then maybe we start hooking it towards there. That's the idea. Whether or not we're able to do that in actuality, I don't know. But that's something we would like to do. Oh, getting a text message from my realtor. I guess someone wants to look at my house. I'm currently in the process of selling my house. It's weird, man. I'm in a pretty nice neighborhood. Not every time, but often I come home and there'll just be like a guy parked in my driveway who's like looking at my house. And then I pull up and they're like, "Oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't realize someone was actually still living here." And I have to be like, "Yeah, you know. Go ahead and look online, you know. You want to go ahead and schedule something and come check it out." It happened just the other day. But it happens more often than you think. I wish that translated to some purchases, but it hasn't quite yet. I'm going to grab this scout hideout in the supply. Once we finish upgrading this and get the Scarlet's Tigers, we're not going to have anything to do with all this recon. And we're going to be happy to have a scout hideout. And I'm also going to grab the roof snipers here. We need a lot of guns. I agree. Do we have a lot of guns? Do we need more guns? We'll grab that. That's a lot of guns. And the sooner we get the Scarlet's Tigers down, the better. 2 more waves, unless we get something in the reinforcements. May want to consider kind of shoring up our defenses back there, and we do get the recon and the supply. That's pretty clutch, man. This is also very good. Love to see that position. And with that, Scarlet's Tigers, every wave now, we're going to get a free blueprint for a very decent, kind of easy to afford unit that we're just going to be able to like plop down and get value from. Decent Bastion position. It's 3-way. It also gets 60% reload speed increase from simple design. And we're going to go ahead and get the roof snipers as well, which gives us additional coverage. Just need to make sure we're not leaking back here. That would be bad. Getting close. Every wave, our base gets 2% more resistant to damage, which is not nothing. Yeah, we're going to take the supply production again. And there we go. We got our first Scarlet's Tiger. You could just drop it anywhere. It's got okay range, okay damage. I generally don't put these in great positions. Later on, we're going to have a ton of these. And we're just going to use them to sort of fill out the map. And occupy spots cheaply. This is really good. We're going to put that there. Would like to put a bastion here. Is there anything else we could put there that would be valuable? Kind of hypothesizing a bit here. We've got 2 tech left. I was saving it for my Puma upgrade. We're starting to see some shield units. We need something here, though. Yeah, we took a hit. So taking a hit here is not acceptable. We need to do something. And yet another curve. So I could lock this up, which I really like. It takes away 2 entry points, which would make this position a lot more dangerous. But I think we do it. And I think we just need to prioritize building here. So how are we going to do that? How are we going to keep this safe? This is good. I'm going to drop down one of those guys. These dudes don't get upgraded. So they're just getting the benefit of the 75% bonus damage without having to worry about the downside of upgrade costs. So they're going to help us cover this zone a little bit. We're going to place a Warwolf here, which with a massive range increase will give us a little additional coverage. We might also rush the Warden Protocol on both of them. Let's see what we look like here. And we can also recall if we're scared. The beauty of this character. Call that good. We also want to get the large squad. Yeah, we take the 800 supply. That's too juicy. We're not passing that up. What else? Take the mirror door there. Here we go. Long barrels. Yeah, I think you got to go long barrels whenever you get the advanced mirror door. The bonus range and damage plays way too well with the extra bonus range and damage. And then we'll just get veteran reinforcements. And this tower is going to do great damage. Still got to keep our eye here. But yeah, man, Realtor texts me. I got a showing for tomorrow. Very good. And it's at the perfect time, too. They got like a farmer's market in my neighborhood I like to go to with the kids. And we can just have them come and check out the house while I'm already at the farmer's market. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Love it. So, what are we going to do here? Bonus range. Now, let's just take the supply and the recon. Something like this, perhaps. I don't love that. That's bad. We're not going to do that. This is probably the move here. And there's the recon production stuff I was talking about. And this is where these dudes kind of really come in handy. If you don't have a great position right next to them, for 200, you just drop one of these guys down. And yeah, you know, it's not a great shooting position. But you're still going to get access to the recon, which I do want. Because I've got some big upgrades that I would very much like to get. There we go. We'll take that. We'll take that. And we've also opened up a few more entry points down here, which will lessen up the pressure on the back. We've got a lot of upgrades to get right now. But the world is our oyster. And I really do like our position. You know what I'm going to do? Just in case I miss something. We have one bad wave down here. I don't want to lose because of one bad wave. We'll go ahead and get a very well upgraded barricade back here. And that'll prevent us from just straight up losing randomly to some crappy run by of really weak units. Might be time to save up and invest in high ground expertise. Or finish the Warden Protocol here. More range, more damage. Straight up 100% damage. Ooh, this is a very good doctrine I like to get. And it's the Bastion that I've been wanting. Could build this to start attempting to maybe connect these. Or we just don't even worry about this and just go straight down. But I would like to connect them. So I'm going to try. We're going to build the Bastion we talked about earlier. We're going to give it some upgrades. Probably give it a pulse cannon. May want to start thinking about a Claymore defense and a Viscerally location to start getting the upgrades on it that allow us to deal with they allow us to deal with shields. Love to see a howitzer. That's the type of big artillery firepower we've been missing here. Just where do we place it? See, this is a very awkward position to place anything else but this type of tower, which is why I like to put it here. Whereas this is a great position potentially to put some other stuff later. Big open area for us. But is it the best position that we have available right now? Probably not. Is there another one that's screaming out at me? Not really. So you have to look at it. I look at these towers not as what they look like exactly when I place them at first. I look at them as what do they look like after I upgrade them. Yeah. And that's not great because that I really want this tower for its ability to hit shields. And if I put it here, the shield guy goes over here and shoots in this direction, doesn't hit anything. Even if I buff its range with our recon, which I can do, it's still going to suck. Believe it or not, this is kind of a big decision here because I think we're going to start struggling with shield damage. And I may just have to bite the bullet and use this location to help deal with that. Yeah. So we're going to rush its upgrades. Get the trajectory analyzer to make sure that it can hit. Because right now it's not shooting anything. And we're going to get the frag launcher to help us deal with all the little guys. So just like that, now we've got a viable tower here in the center. Don't stress too much about location. Real estate is not yet at a premium in this run. Real estate is the thing we have the most of right now. I'm going to drop these two guys down. We're going to get some slow and some DPS down there. We're also going to activate another neutral tower, which in turn makes our local supply 5% more. You know, that's kind of a min-max play, but it's not nothing. And with our cash here, we're going to go ahead and rush the production of the roost-based pulse cannon. Another thing that's tough to say 3 times fast. Yep. And we now have a surplus in recon production. So we're going to want to take all the scout towers that we see because they're going to be good. Skipping the path, you say. Love these in a nice central location where they can hit and view just about everything. That's really good. Keeping an eye down here, man. You got to. Could very easily lose if we don't. Decent howitzer position right there. We'll take another bastion. Thank you very much. Curve out there. Drop you there. Start kind of filling in those spots. Before I forget, let's get the compact charges, a lot more range, and some slow, which is what I really want. What are we doing? I'm trying to see the board as it will be. And if this is the case, and maybe even I rush a Reaper cannon instead to get that tiny bit of extra range. Good single target damage. It's a good upgrade. And then with high ground expertise, this would be a very strong tower for us. This is spooky. We seemingly have enough coverage here, but could drop stuff down. Ooh, that's a nice werewolf position. Way more supply production, but 10% less damage on everything. Tempting. Especially with this character where we have so many bonus blueprints. Let's try it, man. Fortune favors the bold or the brave or one of those. Huge, huge. And then when we upgrade this, it'll be even more range. But we've got a lot of stuff covered with this one tower. It can't shoot anything close to it. So these air guys are going to sneak by a little. But I love that it's able to cover us here and then switch all of its attention back over here, where we probably really need it. Another claymore. Yeah, now we're getting close. We're getting close to the dream here, and we filled in a zone with a very nice high ground for us. This could be strong. We don't have any more tech, but we do have an upgrade that we can give it additional range, which would allow it to cover this zone here. Maybe we just hold off on that for a second, because we can place down a howitzer. And I think we do. Eventually, the idea is to make every enemy come from here. And when that happens, which is one corner piece away, we're going to be very happy that this howitzer is already here and upgraded. But we do have to survive that long. Scarlet's tower, we may want to look into relocating her, because she does buff, right? So, is she still in the best position? Maybe for now. We could throw her out here and then move her around every wave if we really want to min-max. Kind of a this-early location. I was thinking about putting down a platform here and putting this one here. But is that even that good compared to just sitting it back here? Not really. This is maybe even a little better, arguably. So we're going to do it. Man, these high ground positions are so good, but we don't have the towers for them right now. That was an accident. That misclick happens all the time. I don't know exactly why, but I find myself accidentally doing that often. So that sucks because we just wasted a Bastion tower. We got most of our money back, but that wasn't cool. And right now we just need towers. We need good towers. And this is done. And this is great. We also just got a bonus 50% HP for free, essentially. We already had a tower here. Yeah, I'm pretty bummed. I was trying to put the Bastion right there, and then it just gave me a weird little misclick. See, I can fill this space out like this. Kind of the beauty of these characters here is they just fit everywhere, man. We'll get a nice little anti-air spot. Call that good. Might get a shooting floor here. Alright, she wants to be somewhere else. She needs to be buffing other towers. Yeah, I gotta keep our eye out down here, make sure we're not leaking. Minus 20% building cost plus 5% upgrade cost. That's quite a bargain. That might be amazing. We're getting close to the end of the run here, and the thing that we really need are upgrades. We care probably a lot less about building new buildings. We have a lot of good buildings that we just need to finish upgrading at the moment. That's a huge position. A little more range. Probably just going to get the Clayton cannon. Don't have time to wait for a blessed machine. Going to start building up platforms right here to put something else with her. Did the ammo storage. Get the Reaper cannon. Increase the damage on our howitzers. We do have 2 of them. More recon production, huh? I can't even spend the recon that I currently have. So I'm not that worried about that. We're going to 100% get another roof-based pulse cannon. And then ammo storage. Look how many shielded enemies there are. Would be nice to finish those. Those are very strong. We should definitely finish them. And here we're going to get a sanctioned cannon. That's the type of AoE massive damage we've been building towards. Shooting all of our damage in this direction and killing them. Drop some guys there just to unlock the neutral. We need so much, man. We could just go ahead and grab these on both of them. Bypass the heavy loaders because we don't have anything else to do with our recon right now, sadly. You know what? And we're just gonna get this. Go down this upgrade tree. Call it good. She's buffing all 4 of these towers. The howitzers are singing. They're in the top of the charts. Both of you guys are upgraded. You're the ones that need to get upgraded the most. How are you? Get that there. 400 supply. All buildings gain 1% damage per Mirador and sturdy bunker. Okay. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6% bonus damage. That's not a lot. We really need more blueprints. We'll just drop that there. This is what we really need right here. I mean, this would have been a huge spot for this, but I'm not crying over spilt zones. I'm asking myself, what does the future board look like? And none of these are great. Could even go like a reverse position, like here. Would be awesome, but we would need one more platform. So let's hold off on that for a second. We don't need to build that this exact moment. There are other plays to be made, I suppose. One of which I think is to finally get that upgrade. Let's do that. Get this cannon done. I think that's another important upgrade for us. It's a huge DPS increase for this tower. And it's going to give us a lot of coverage. Ooh, this one's still not upgraded either. Wow. These guys need to be upgraded also. Triple barrel, probably. This gives 150% damage, but the 15 range, unless we build way down here, is kind of wasted. Okay, thankfully another scout hideout, so we can now spend all of our recon here. I'm going to build this here for the slow. Still has great coverage. This building also has slow once you upgrade it. But let's go 200% rate of fire and 2 magazines. I think that's the move. It's already in a beautiful optimal position. This one we might take long barrel. It'll hit more stuff as we build down there. This one's in the perfect position. I expect it to do massive damage. Would love another scout tower somewhere down here. I mean, do I need cash? What do I need? I need more towers, man. Like I said, we just keep building out this way. Drop those 2. That's a great position. Everything has to run by here. I like that. I think that was a nice little tower placement. Still need this Clayton cannon. But look how much value we're getting from the Scarlet's Tigers. It's probably quite obvious why I think they're super strong. They're all over the map. They're getting us neutral stuff. They are themselves doing damage. You know, it's not massive damage, but you add them all up, and it's quite good. Definitely want to make sure you're building all your other stuff first and prioritizing that. But when you run out of other stuff, build these guys. Would love to see an overcharged ammunitions, but we got to save up a little bit for that. Get another journal position. I did see the upgrade for the howitzers. Those were good. If we had even more howitzers, it would be better. We're not quite getting full value from that. Let's go ahead and get the Clayton cannon. I like this. We're getting overrun a little now. Starting to look a little spooky. We're cleaning it up. But quite spooky indeed. Ooh, howitzers. This is what we need. We need the missile silo. We just don't have the cash at the moment. That was a big get to close that off. This is a pretty good position here. Would like to get the shield shooting, but it would have been in such an awkward position. And there is enough air that I think the dual barrage LMG is good. Get our little squad saturating this corner. And we cleared there quite handily. I'm gonna go long barrel on this when I get the chance. I mean, and here we go. We've been waiting for a super heavy pulse cannon this whole time. I don't have a great spot for it anymore. This would have been the spot. This is also a good spot. This is also a great spot. But I think we go here to get all the early damage on the shields. And we can increase its range by 5. That's a hell of a lot of range. Yeah, and I think we just do that. We would want to save up for Shattering Charge, which really greatly increases the DPS of this tower. And we don't have a ton of time to do it. We're on the last wave, man. And we get an electric arc cannon right at the last second as well. Super interesting tower. Don't have good placements that I see for it. Throw these guys down here. This just got a lot better. Let's get the slow there. We're going to get slow on pinning fire for very cheap. Just need a little bit of cash. There we go. Piercing shells would also be great. It's still relevant. Do we survive, man? Yeah. Barely. But we do. And that was the final wave, man. We could do a few endless just for the hell of it. Anything that increases the damage on the heavy pulse defense is great. But let's, for the fun of it, take the fencing. And we have a very good fence position right here. Everything has to run through that spot. This is pretty good. We would love it if it was more centralized where everything spawns. But we don't really have a spot. We don't have enough platforms with this build to make this work. For now, though, let's put a missile silo back here. We have 5 entry points, so high capacity is not really necessary. And watch this thing rain down holy fire. If we had like 8 entry points, high capacity becomes a necessity. But if we hover around 4, it's not as good anymore. And you want to get this... Getting this upgrade now is pretty useless because everything's almost already out. Let's get the defensive network. That's going to give huge range to all of our sturdy bunkers and give us 2 more sturdy bunkers, which are amazing towers. And if you put them in the right spot, they can hit everything. Acquisition procedures. Plus 80 supply production. During the next wave, buildings lose 1 range. That's not a big deal for us. These are all kind of cool. We're just going to take that. We're at the point now where we're playing with house money. I'm not going to overthink any of this stuff. If we were trying to go super long, I would be overthinking everything. Let's save up for long barrel. We want long barrel and we want sanctified shells to make these towers much more efficient and much more deadly. 150% damage and the range to hit everything down there. That's huge. Yeah, I mean, look at it now. It hits everything. And this will give this way more range. It'll be way more effective if we survive. Ooh. Took some hits here. High ground expertise is an upgrade we've been kind of teasing in that spot and haven't gotten yet. This could be a great opportunity for double ammo depot, or we try to get another rampart missile silo. This is a very easy thing to do. The thing is, this building loves an ammo depot, but we've already taken the range upgrade, so we're not going to benefit from it. At least not easily. What we would do is put an ammo depot right here, put another building here and another building here, and increase their damage. There's no good buildings to put here. We'd probably just stick 2 Scarlet's Tigers. That's maybe still worth it. It's still fun. We're going to buff 2 really good towers. And then 2 really crummy ones. And we could just give it the mines. But I think anytime you place this next to a super heavy pulse defense cannon tower thing, you should try to put a ammo depot next to it and then go for the bonus damage and attack speed there. So I think that's going to be worth it. And now we're starting to see the walkers here. Start making use of that light mortar. It's not going to do much, but I love these guys. I just think they're cool little like World War I, World War II era looking dudes. Would love to get the mass slow here. Would love to get the shattering charge here. There's a lot of stuff we want. These guys all upgraded, very good. You're upgraded, very good. We got some very expensive upgrades kind of sitting and waiting for us. Yeah. It's our first joint operations. Those are pretty cool, but I'm going to take another plasma fence. We have just the perfect plasma fence location, and those are very expensive towers to build. And we're just going to give them a ton of... We could give these guys a buff. But that's... I mean, is that any good? I think we just max out on HP. And we probably don't have a lot of repair, if any. So I don't know if we can afford to get the unstable field, which will damage our HQ every time the fence is destroyed. We may want to look for a source of repair. We're going to want to put another cannon down as well, and another fence down here. Pretty much ASAP. The real struggle now is going to be in single target DPS. That's a pretty good ammo depot location. I'm just gonna go ahead and build that. There's nothing that's gonna be great here without some platforms, but I don't care. I think we'll still get that. Get a strong Reaper cannon. Probably just rush the solid foundation there. Just good single target damage versus these big guys. Awesome. Didn't even really make it to the fence. You love to see it. And a retribution this late. Not mad at that either. Another tower we don't have an amazing position for, but we could get one. I think we rushed pinning fire. This has 2 adjacent buildings, so it would be 30% damage and rate of fire. We only have 1 battlefront, so this is actually not that good. Let's go ahead and take data collection. We're swimming in recon right now. I'll drop these 2 guys right there. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm having a ton of fun playing this game. Never a dull moment. Just listen to the roar of the cannons and the missiles. If we zoom in, we'll all go deaf. Sanctified shells is the play here. Now we have amazing coverage downfield. Let's go ahead and speed up. We don't need to watch these dudes get slowly melted. The move now is probably just a save. Get shattering charge. Ooh, division relay is nice. Keep building down here. Love division relay. Big shield damage. Where would we put this? Do we have a good spot for this? This is not a terrible spot. I don't love it. We're probably more concerned with building you. There's no wrong way to do this, guys. We've got so many options. We've got an arc cannon we could build. We've got fences to build and upgrade. The only real question is, do we prioritize upgrades or do we prioritize buildings? A 300% damage increase on our most powerful tower. Granted, it's 4,500, but it's still probably the move. Man, another ammo depot. Probably also the move, right? Could drop one of these bad boys right here. That's big value. And then, if we wanted, we could just... something like this. Like this. Get the 300% damage in the slow. That's awesome. That's a big upgrade. Probably should do the same thing here. 300% damage plus a AoE slow. And it's all being affected by a fully upgraded ammo depot. That's a good value upgrade. Beautiful. More arc cannons to potentially help us with some of these swarms that we're dealing with. I don't love to see that they're able to run past me at this point. There's no great position for this other than here. And this isn't really that good. There's an upgrade that gives this thing huge range. Let's drop it and see what it is. Okay, adjacent buildings get damage and it gets bonus range. It does have a slow, but I'm not that worried about that. We've got a lot of sources of slow between our scout towers, our cannons, and our war wolves. Adjacent buildings deal 50% damage to air units. Ooh, no, we can't afford for our HQ to take bonus damage here. And this gives bonus range per battlefront, of which we have 1. So we're only going to get a little bit of range. But this does have good coverage. I'm not mad at this. I think that was a nice little investment. This guy. That is a good position. We'll take that. And we're just going to go ahead and straight up give you 2 pulse cannons. And we're going to upgrade the automated analyzers, since we don't have any tech. Which buff the damage and rate of fire of adjacent buildings, which are really just our Scarlet's Tigers, of which we have like 1 million. Should probably just start throwing these guys down in some, you know, okay positions. Take that. We'll build another fence. Oh, I had enough to get the overloading cells. Okay. That's alright. We're in fast forward mode now. We got a lot of big upgrades to get. Get a large rack. Giggity. They're starting to squeak by, man. I don't love to see that. Another missile silo could be what the doctor ordered. I don't know if we're getting overwhelmed because we don't have enough coverage. So this is going to make these upgrades very expensive. But this building is going to do a ton more damage. And happy to have more sturdy bunkers for our placing pleasure. What a weird thing to say. Place that there. And I'll probably put another one up top. We're on wave 45, man. Killing it. And we have so much more stuff to spend our money on. The big guys are making it through. All buildings gain point. See, this is what we're missing. All buildings gain 0.5% damage per building. We got a lot of buildings. Especially if we plop down all of the little Scarlet's Tigers dudes. Which I think we should absolutely do now that we've got that doctrine. Get some more slow. This wouldn't be that bad. This wouldn't be that bad either. Next to the neutral position, get the range, get that. And then we have another like heavy investment that we can get there. And I think we just build, man. I'll even go ahead and I'll put that down. This is what we want next. And here are the big flyers we talked about earlier. coming to get us. Giving our number 2 DPS tower 300% bonus damage, if we survive here, I think is the move. It's a lot of value packed in one upgrade. And remember too, man, I don't know, so we're at wave 47. We've been getting 2% damage resistance on our HQ every wave for 47 waves. That seems good. This is a nice arc position. And we could put things next to it for bonus damage. We need so much stuff, though. What I'd really like to get is something to spend all my recon on. Let's drop down an air command. Let's upgrade it. And I asked and I received. Get some discovery. All buildings gain 10% damage against air. That's huge. And then we're going to want 2 smoke signals. Beautiful. So I think we do something like this. I mean, what a massive smoke signal placement. And if I could put another one down here, I would. Huh. Is it worth destroying like this? Or do we just put it here? Yeah, we put it here. Huge. Let's go down in a thisly direction and see about... spending here. That's quite good. And I want the slow. And we're just placing, baby, because everything we place gives us even more DPS. Some good single target. And just like that, we're almost out of blueprints. But we do have some very expensive upgrades still on the table. In the form of our Rampart missile silos. I mean, this one's 8K. I mean, Jesus. Grab the warhead. Another fence and another cannon, huh? More recon protection. Probably don't need any more of that. What else do we build here? Could just drop down one of these for the bonuses. More rate of fire and reload speed, double if at height 0. Yeah, I like that. I think that was a good play. As I pat myself on the back. And then here is a good time to start looking backwards. Let's grab that. That. There is only one adjacent building. And then with the increased range, I mean, that's excellent. Alright, let's go. I don't know how much more we're going to play, guys. We're at an hour, over an hour on this episode, but it's been fun. But this is why I said this character is super fun and very strong. The battlefield is dotted with Scarlet's tigers. We haven't felt the need to move Scarlet very much. In fact, I almost don't even remember where she is. She's over there somewhere. Build another fence. And the thing is, we just keep getting stronger because of that doctrine that we have. The more buildings we place, I mean, what is it at right now? Can I even... How many buildings do I have? Is there a thing that shows me that? I don't know. Ah, we still need to upgrade you. What else? What else? Since the beginning of the game, we haven't upgraded that. Fair. I mean, what are we talking about here? Just slightly better. Those guys, and I'm starting to get a little bit of the dreaded lag here as I play on very sped up game speed. Maybe that'll help a little, maybe. Kinda, not really. And just for the fun of it, guys, I think this will be our last wave here. Could we make it a few more? Perhaps. You know what? Well, I mean, let's die. Let's just go out on our shield. I'm out of money. I'm out of potential upgrades that I can afford to get without killing myself. I can get these, but I think that'll kill me. I think our HQ doesn't have the repair necessary to sustain that. So we're just going to die as they break. And with all of this, is not a big deal. Is there anything else for me to upgrade? Ah, we got a blessed machine upgrade here. How are you doing? Pretty good, pretty good. Has this been our top DPS dealer? I have to imagine yes. I'm watching the HP here to see if the fences are killing us. And not yet. Scout's hideout, very cool. We haven't really messed with the salamander positions. That's because I think they're kind of trash. Whether that's true or not, that's just one man's opinion. Convert height range bonus into damage. Yeah, every time I try to use these guys, I'm always kind of underwhelmed by them. We also don't have any platforms. Like, this wouldn't be bad. I haven't really been building towards these at all, so... But for the sake of showcasing them, I can go ahead and let the wave run. And we can read what they do. So just straight up bonus 25% damage. Or for recon, we can lower their number of targets by 2, but give it 15% extra damage. We can buff adjacent claymores and pumas, which if you build around this, I guess could be good. I haven't really been able to do that yet. This makes it have way more... Like, if we put this thing here and then surrounded it, It would be awesome at clearing out a million little enemies. And then the final upgrades are heat recycling. Man, are they going to get me, finally? No, not yet. We'll take those. Heat recycling or sticky flames, which gives slow. But you need tech. So these upgrades are so expensive and they're not good. Anyway. Or at least I haven't found how to make them good like a lot of the time. It feels like they're so situational that they're difficult to use. And now that we're rocking, I mean, 25k in the bank and we're just out of things to upgrade. Whatever. We'll upgrade these, but they don't matter because we don't have anything placed next to them to get the buffs. The 15% bonus rate of fire. I'm just waiting for the big one to take me out, man. And the fences are what's going to kill me, as I knew they would eventually. That's why I was holding off on getting those upgrades. But that was a lot of fun, guys. And thank you so much for watching. Like I said, that's my favorite character. And happy to be able to take out a level 4 difficulty with her. Pretty awesome. But thank you so much for watching. My name is Brett. Channel's Good Talk Gaming. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.